The man despised his wife for being too ugly, so he hid his identity and found a college student as a mistress outside. He even pretended to marry her. Every day after lying to his wife, he would go to the rented apartment to see his mistress. Yet, on the surface, he was the high-profile CEO of a corporation. Little did people know he was just a live-in son-in-law who rose to power thanks to his wife. The only reason he held the CEO position was because his wife needed to stay home and care for their autistic daughter, so she trusted him to manage the company, unaware that her husband had secretly found a mistress outside. That day, the college-graduated mistress was worrying with her best friend about where to work, so she set her sights on the man. When the man came to visit her, she took the chance to request a job at his company, but the man didn't want anyone at the company to find out his secret, so he planned to send her to a friend's company instead. But the clueless mistress thought the man was hiding something from her, so she pretended to agree to his suggestion. The very next day, she brought her friend to the man's company to inspect. As soon as she arrived and saw no one greeting her as the CEO's wife, the mistress started making trouble for the receptionist. When everyone heard the mistress say she was the CEO's wife, the employees wanted to call and ask about it. But the mistress slapped the phone out of their hands. Seeing they didn't believe her, the mistress took out a photo of herself with the CEO. Now everyone believed she was the CEO's wife. Then they brought her inside the company. Unexpectedly, right as they entered, they saw the pregnant director sitting and drinking milk. The mistress got furious at the sight. She couldn't believe how bold the woman was to slack off right in front of her. She immediately knocked over the director's milk. She even wanted to fire the director, saying directly, "If you're pregnant, you shouldn't be working." But the director was the wife's good friend and had supported her ever since the company's founding. Even during pregnancy, she didn't dare delay her work. She even stayed up all night to follow up on a proposal. She never expected to be fired by the mistress just for sitting down to rest. The director asked in confusion who she really was. When she learned the mistress was the CEO's wife, the director looked puzzled. After all, there were many vice presidents at the company. She didn't know which CEO's wife she was, but the mistress definitely didn't have the authority to fire her. While they were arguing, the HR director walked over. Upon learning that the mistress was the CEO's wife, he began to flatter her. But when he heard the mistress wanted to fire the director, he had nothing to say. After all, he didn't dare offend the CEO's wife. Helpless, the director had to leave. But considering it was a crucial signing moment, no mistakes could be allowed. So she called the wife to ask about the situation, but the call never went through. The HR director also feared something serious might happen.